Hello students, in the previous class we have learnt about the various steps involved in the extraction of metals, and using that concept only, today we will learn how the extraction of aluminium is done from its ore using those simple techniques. Clear? So let's start with the extraction of aluminium from its ore. The processes involved in this extraction will be discussed today. We know that the main ores of aluminium are bauxite, cryolite, feldspar, mica, corundum, etc. But the most abundant, or we can say the most widely spread or most important source of aluminium in nature is the bauxite. So first we will learn that how aluminium is extracted from bauxite. So the main ore of aluminium, that is bauxite, is basically hydrated aluminium oxide, and this bauxite contains 60% of aluminium oxide and rest of it contains mainly sand, ferric oxide and titanium oxide as the impurities. Now we know that the first step of extraction of ore is crushing and grinding. So initially the bauxite ore is grinded finely and heated to remove the volatile impurities. Okay. The next step is the concentration or dressing of the ore. So during the concentration of ore or purification of the ore, here firstly the bauxite ore is converted into alumina. That means this hydrated part is removed and only the oxide of aluminium is there, which is called alumina. And this concentration of ore is done using Bayer's process. After removing the volatile impurities, after crushing the bauxite ore, it is then heated under pressure, high pressure, and at high temperature of around 140 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius in presence of concentrated sodium hydroxide solution, that is caustic soda. So this heating is done for a long time of around 7 to 8 hours. Okay. So on heating this bauxite ore with sodium hydroxide, concentrated sodium hydroxide, it will turn to form sodium meta-aluminate and the water vapor will be removed. So bauxite dissolves in concentrated sodium hydroxide at very high temperature to form sodium meta-aluminate, and there is the insoluble impurities left behind called red mud. Means after the formation of sodium meta-aluminate, whatever the impurities are left over, it is called the red mud. Okay. So red mud consists of ferric oxide, sand and the titanium oxide. As I said earlier that in bauxite they are present as the impurities. So the combination of ferric oxide, sand and titanium oxide, it is called the red mud as it is present there as impurities, and we can remove that impurity by using filtration method. Clear? Now on diluting this sodium meta-aluminate with water and then cooling, this sodium meta-aluminate will get hydrolyzed to form aluminium hydroxide as a precipitate, and the impurities will get dissolved in sodium hydroxide. So on hydrolysis of sodium meta-aluminate, we will get the insoluble precipitate of aluminium hydroxide, and this sodium hydroxide which is prepared here, it will dissolve the impurities present over there. And after after we obtain this precipitate, it is filtered, washed and dried. Okay. And after drying that precipitate, we will ignite that precipitate at very high temperature of around 1000 degrees Celsius to get alumina, that is aluminium oxide. So you can see here that on ignition of this precipitate, that is aluminium hydroxide, we have got alumina, that is Al2O3, aluminium oxide and water vapor. So this alumina is the oxide of aluminium, and now we need to reduce this oxide of aluminium to obtain the pure metallic aluminium. Okay. Now, aluminium oxide has a high affinity for oxygen, means aluminium has a greater affinity for oxygen. So this aluminium oxide is very stable compound. Okay, so we cannot reduce this aluminium oxide easily by using some common reducing agents or simply by heating. So in order to get the pure aluminium from its oxide, we need to reduce the aluminium oxide by using electrolytic reduction. Clear? Now, there was a problem of performing the electrolytic reduction of alumina, because electrolytic reduction can be done in molten state only, and alumina melts at very high temperature of around 2050 degrees Celsius. So at this temperature, aluminium generally vaporizes. So it is impossible to collect aluminium from its oxide at very high temperature. Clear? So this difficulty was solved by the scientist named Hall. Okay, so he used some other ores of aluminium like cryolite. So in cryolite there is Na3Al(F6). So sodium and fluorines are also there along with aluminium. So he tried to introduce the other ores of aluminium to apply the electrolytic reduction method. So now we will discuss how the electrolytic reduction of fused alumina is done using Hall-Hérold's process. This one is very important. So in the Hall-Hérold's process, the electrolytic cell consists of a rectangular iron tank with sloping bottom, and the tank is linked with the gas carbon. And in the electrolyte, the mixture contains 3 different types of ores of aluminium, that is 20% of alumina, 60% of cryolite, and 20% of fluorspar. And to this mixture, to this molten mixture, the powdered coke is added over the surface of the electrolyte, and the temperature of the molten electrolyte is kept around 950 degrees Celsius by electrical heating. Now I will show you the how the process is done here using the diagram. Okay, look at this setup. Here this is the iron tank which has a sloping bottom. Okay, and here there is the inner carbon lining over here which acts as the cathode, and here you can see the suspended anodes are there, which are the thick rods of graphite. Okay, and these acts as the anode. So here the electrolyte is the combination of 20% molten alumina, 20% fluorspar, and 60% cryolite. So when the electricity is passed through this electrolyte, the component ions will get dissociated. Means for the molten alumina, cryolite, and fluorspar, the component ions will get dissociated, and after some time the cations will go to that cathode and anions will move towards the anode, and in this way we will get the proper metallic aluminium at the cathode deposited over there. Clear? Let me show you the proper reactions which take place at the cathode and anode, so that you will have the idea that how the pure metallic aluminium gets deposited at the cathode. Clear? Now look at the reactions. Here cryolite gets dissociated to form Na+ ion, aluminium ion, and fluoride ion. Again fluorspar gets dissociated to form calcium ion and fluoride ion, and alumina gets dissociated to form aluminium ion and oxide ion. Okay, so here the cations formed are sodium ion, aluminium ion, calcium ion, and again aluminium ion, and the anions formed here are fluoride ion and oxide ions. So at the cathode, that is the carbon lining inside the electrolytic cell, in that cathode the aluminiums will get deposited. Okay, so at cathode the aluminium accepts the electrons to form aluminium, means aluminium ions accept the electrons to form metallic aluminium, and at anode the oxide ions, they lose the electrons in this way to form the nascent oxygen, and this nascent oxygen then they again combine with themselves to form the oxygen gas. Now at anode, as I said, that carbon, that is graphite, is used as the anode, right? So that graphite, that means the carbon, that reacts with this oxygen, freshly prepared oxygen, to form carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. So you can see that the freshly prepared oxygen, it gets combined with the graphite, that is carbon, to form carbon monoxide, and this carbon monoxide again gets oxidized in presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So the anode has got to be replaced from time to time as it gets oxidized by the oxygen evolved at the anode. Clear? So in this way, the pure aluminium metal gets extracted from its ores. Okay, now purification is required after achieving or after getting this aluminium. So that purification process is also done using electrolysis method. So the purification or refining of aluminium is done by Hoops process, and in this Hoops electrolytic process there is another electrolytic cell which contains 3 layers of molten substance of different specific gravity. The impure molten aluminium, it forms the bottom layer which has the carbon lining, and that carbon lining acts as the anode, and the pure molten aluminium with the carbon electrodes, it acts as the cathode and it is placed at the top. And in the middle layer consists of the mixture of fluorides of sodium, barium and aluminium. Let me show you the picture, then it will be clear. So here is the setup for the Hoops electrolytic process. You can see here the molten impure aluminium forms the anode lining with the carbon. Okay, and here at the top the separate cathodes are there which are made of the graphite rods. Okay, and there is the pure molten aluminium, and in the middle the layer is of the fluorides of sodium, barium and aluminium. So when the electricity is passed, then aluminium form from the middle layer, it passes to the top layer. Okay, and an equivalent amount of it shifts from the lower layer to the middle one. Clear? Means from the middle layer the pure aluminium shifts towards the top layer, and from the bottom layer the aluminium shifts towards the middle layer. Okay, and the pure aluminium is accumulated over the top layer. Clear? So again at the anode the aluminium forms the aluminium ion by losing the electrons. Impure aluminium loses the electron to form the aluminium ion, and at the cathode the pure aluminium metal gets deposited by accepting the electrons. Let me show you the electronic concept. So here you can see that in the anode the impure aluminium loses the electrons to form the aluminium ion, and at cathode these aluminium ions, they accept the electrons to form the pure metallic aluminium. Clear? So in this way, from the bottom layer to the middle layer the aluminium ions move, and from the middle layer the pure metallic aluminium, they shift towards the top layer, and at the top layer, that means at the cathode, we get the pure metallic aluminium. So in this way the refining of aluminium is done using the Hoops process. Clear? So this is the method how the pure aluminium metal is obtained or extracted from the ore, that is bauxite, or from the different combinations of the ores like cryolite, alumina and fluorspar. Clear? So this is the technique, and for your exams no need to memorize the diagrams of the electrolytic cell, but only thing you need to remember is how the extraction is done, what are the substances that are taken as the anode or cathode, and at which substance, means at which electrode the pure metallic substance gets accumulated. Clear? So this is all about the extraction of aluminium using the Bayer's process, using the Hall-Herold's process and the refining of Hoops electrolytic process. Clear? So this is all about the extraction of aluminium.